From days of long ago, there comes a legend. The legend of Glacial Lord. Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty, so yes, here it is. I've been sitting on this for a while. I've actually been sitting on even recording this review for, I think, 2 weeks now, and by the time you guys see this, it's going to be a few more, because I don't know when we're going to be allowed to show these, and I did say we will get to that later. But yes, here is the first member, or I don't know if it's the first member, one of the members of FansProject's Retro Future Project, Glacial Lord. This is FANGRO, as you can see. I know at least one other exists, and chances are, again, if you're watching this, you'll know that Vangelis has also gotten one of these, and he has gotten Tail Club, which is the Doedicurus leg of the combiner. There might be some more floating around out there. I don't know. I got an email, almost a month ago, I guess, at this point. Well, I guess 3 weeks ago, from one of the guys at FansProject saying they had a surprise to send me. Could I have my address? And about 5 or 6 days later, this showed up in the mail. Completely floored me because, we're still in the middle of waiting for Menasor to get done, and all of a sudden, here's a completely finished, packaged version of one of their figures. And then, through talking with Vangelis, we both kind of slyly hinted at each other and finally opened up to discussion the fact that he got one too, and it was a different one. So there's at least 2 of these fully finished and packaged. So hopefully this will be coming out soon. And I really hope it does come out soon because it's a very, very neat project. So yeah, you can see the packaging. It's the Retro Future, their Glacial Lord. But you can see the packaging, it's printed. This is the packaging is actually in perfect shape, but it's printed to look cracked and worn at the corners, to look all retro, with the retro art and the old school style box stuff. And on the back, here's a picture of FANGRO becoming the arm, and then the Doedicurus, as you saw from Vangelis, is this guy down here. We know that Tusker, and his name is mentioned in the instruction sheet, is the mammoth and forms the core here. These two, it looks like there's maybe a rhino, and we're trying to figure out what this one is over here. And all their weapons combine to form a large gun. You can kind of see, if I can get a little closer, you can see up close, it's a little, the printing's a little lighter. You can make out some details of some of the other figures in the set. But yeah, so very retro, very neat packaging on this guy. Now, if you open him up, also retro packaging, you'll find that he is indeed in an actual styrofoam tray. You'll also notice this little guy over here. We'll get to that in a minute as well. And you also get the retro style instructions. Very cool. They copied the whole robotized fusion step 3. It looks like the old G1 instructions. You get the what's included in the box and all that good stuff. You also get a sticker sheet. Now mine came sealed, yet with the stickers half applied. And I know that was the case with Tail Club as well, so that may be just a thing to make it look like an old retro vintage toy with half the stickers missing, but they are on the included sticker sheet as well. So you can get a full sticker art figure. So we'll go ahead and put those off to the side for right now. Now, you take FANGRO out of the styrofoam here. Here's his weapon, his tail, which pegs in right here to form the full saber-tooth tiger here. And then you've got FANGRO, the partner robot, as far as we know. There's no fiction currently with any of these. Maybe Tusker will come some, I don't know. But yeah, so here are the robots. And what's neat is here's a little partner robot. Here's FANGRO. He's very limited. Again, G1 style articulation. There's a hinge here, a hinge here. There is a hinge at the elbow. The fangs can move a little bit. The jaw opens and closes. Neck's on a hinge here, like that. And that's about it for articulation here in Saber-Tooth Tiger mode. He's got a little blaster in his mouth. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see the blaster sticking out there. And this little partner guy. Now what's cool is the partner guy, there's a little hatch on his back here in this mode that you can open this up, and little partner guy locks or slides into here for Beast Rider mode. So you can have him riding along as a Beast Rider. And pop him out. And that's about the size of it. He's basically he's kind of G1 Combiner-esque size. Here he is with one of FansProject's other offerings, Car Crash, aka Not Breakdown. And we'll see him again in a little bit. So yeah, to transform him into a robot, you just unpeg this. That's going to be his blaster. You want to pop the head off as well, and we'll get to that in a minute. Flip this piece back, pull his legs out, flip the saber-tooth tiger legs up to the side, rotate the front paws in to make his fists, and again you're seeing a very old school style, G1 style robot. And then the saber-tooth tiger head, you flip the fangs up, you close the mouth, or actually leave the mouth open, but you pop what is that little laser pistol in his mouth, flips open up the mouth, and then his tail pegs in under here, and you push the fangs down against that, close the mouth up against it, and that is his sonic blaster. And what was the laser gun in his mouth is now the peg handle for him to hold the weapon in robot mode. You'll also notice he's missing his head, and that's because his little partner robot here, which is about roughly G1 Headmaster sized, flips in half, folds in half like that, and then plugs in to become the head and chest of the smaller robot. Ta-da! And there he is. There is FANGRO in robot mode. And what's cool is, while I had him out to show you Beast Rider mode and all that, if you flip the neck over and turn him back into Saber-Tooth Tiger mode, he can stay in there in all the modes. He can stay in there in limb mode. He can stay in there in fully Saber-Tooth Tiger mode. Like, see, we can attach the head back here. And again, like I said, he can stay right in there. He just flips up over his head. So you can have him out as a companion, put him in Beast Rider mode, but he can also stay in there in all the modes if that's what you prefer. We're going to go ahead and leave the head attached because, like I said, he is a limb. This will come off and this will form, if you look closely, you can kind of see it. This forms the tip of the rifle there, of the combined rifle, for combined mode. So the fist, again, that's how we know Tusker's name, because in the instructions here for him say the fist for Glacial Lord that would plug in here comes with Tusker, is included with Tusker. So it's not in the box itself. But then you take this whole assembly right here and rotate it forward, which exposes the peg. And that right there is essentially limb mode. Fold these up like this, hold them out like that, but according to the picture, that's the limb mode of the fist. Now it is, like I said, very retro styled, and part of that is, let me bring this back here. Here is Defensor, and you'll notice that peg looks very familiar. He's roughly the same size here as First Aid. And if you pop First Aid off, you can actually, so he's actually compatible, and he does have a little bit of again, because of this square body, it pops him out a little bit, but the way that hinge works, it does give him a little bit of shoulder articulation, and again, it can plug right into a Defensor and be used as an arm, or on any of the old G1 Scramble City style combiners. And again, the fists for Glacial Lord are probably going to have this one fits in there, but very loosely, so the pegs are probably going to be a little bigger, but like there he is as a replacement limb on Defensor, on leg. Also, pretty sure between what Evangelist and I have discovered about these things, that these are going to be Scramble City. Because, as I mentioned, you take this, now if you take this limb mode, collapse the legs here, like this, and then take the saber-tooth tiger head and flip it up like this, and then down and forward like that, you can then take this, rotate this whole peg around like that, maybe bring these legs down like this to kind of make them look more like a leg. Big, thick, stumpy leg, but a leg nonetheless. You can rotate that peg up to the top, and again, the smaller robot can stay in there in this mode, but we'll replace Streetwise here, can become a leg as well. And we'll go ahead and attach the foot here. So he can function as a leg as well. So it looks like these guys are definitely going to be Scramble City. So you'll be able to swap them around on the on Glacial Lord as well. So yeah, very cool, very neat, completely unexpected. Like, completely blew my mind when it showed up that they're this far along on this project with to have fully packaged, finished versions of these guys. And just the gimmicks are neat. Like I said, they're intentionally very retro feeling figures. They're supposed to feel old school, and so they're a little limited again in their articulation, but that's intentional. But I mean, like, just really, but there's a lot of, you know, modern design sensibilities. Like, I love the way this guy folds up to form the chest. You know, having that peg handle flip forward and then become like a little blaster or something in the mouth of the combined mode, or not the combined mode, but the saber-tooth tiger mode, is something that again, kind of modern thinking applied to retro style figures, and I think that's really cool. The way some of the tusks move, the way this whole joint system right here works, of rotating that peg out, which gives it some shoulder articulation in arm mode, as well as you can see if the peg's up into the leg, it gives it some knee articulation in leg mode as well. So just some really smart thinking, and then that little additional Beast Rider mode is neat too. Some really smart thinking on applied to some old school type designs, and as such, I'm really looking forward to this finished set, this finished combiner, because like I want the rest of them now because they look really cool. You can see there's the big robot again, just real quick on the back. Very neat, very cool. Like I said, retro future is really the best way to describe it. The line, but there is FANGRO, one of the robots from FansProject's new Glacial Lord combiner. Real quick, since I forgot, wanted to show a size comparison. There he is with Car Crash in robot mode. So again, small, but again, intended to be, you know, in scale or roughly in scale wise with the G1 guys. Now I'll transfer him First Aid here real quick. So he's a little no, he's about the same size as First Aid. So a little wider, a little bit more mass to him, but yeah, you can see that it's a really old school looking combiner. Just a really neat idea, and I hope they take off, and I hope we find out more about them soon. As of right now, there's no pricing or release date estimate. I've been trying to get that to no success. But I'm assuming by the time I release these, it will be because they're doing a big reveal and we'll have that information available. And if such, I will put it down there in the description box. Vangelis will probably have it in his video somewhere as well as all over TFW and the Transformers news sites. So keep an eye there. But yeah, there it is. FansProject Glacial Lord FANGRO.